Oh, yeah. We're back. Another week, another episode. Incorrectly correct. Let's go. Hey, man, for real. Only if you enjoying the content, man. Only if you enjoying these podcast episodes. That's that's only if you enjoying them. Hit the like, subscribe, share, comment, do your little littles. You know what I'm saying? Now that that's out the way, you know how we do. We jump right into it. Hey, so look, man, how many of y'all feel like you getting old? Older, old, whatever you want to call it. How many of y'all feel like y'all there? Do y'all know any signs for y'all personally? Not what the world is telling you, like your own personal signs that you like, damn man, I'm getting older out here. And when you realize that, where do you go with those thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you growing better as a person? Or you growing bitter as a person? And that's what we're going to talk about, right? That's the title of this week's episode, Growing Old. For the better or for the bitter. And I would like to think that, I'm both a little bit more leaning on the bitter side. I can admit that, but still better because, of course, I don't do the things I've done before. I've relinquished my ignorant ways and I'm on to a better choices, but they're grounded in bitterness. I'm just saying. Think about it though, man. Like everybody get old, right? But that doesn't mean that everybody grows. That make any sense to you? You know what I mean? Like my dad used to say, you're not getting old because every day you learn something new. Some people age into wisdom, right? Some of us age into resentment. Same years as far as like the number, but just different outcomes. All right, so this episode is like we're gonna jump to that fork in the road. We're gonna come to that fork in the road, and if you turn to your left, you know what I'm saying, you're going bitterness lane. Turning to the right, you in the betterment lane. Right? One path leads to peace, perspective, humor, patience, wisdom. And be honest, man, I feel like I'm there. I feel like I've turned down that road. I don't know how you turn, but I've turned down that road because I do honor peace. This podcast is all about perspective. A lot of humor in me, patience as well. Develop a little wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Through experience. They tell you with age come experience. Comes wisdom, but not as age. But with experience comes the wisdom. Then there's that other road, right? That leads towards bitterness, cynicism, regret, emotional exhaustion. Ooh. Hey man, I feel like I made a U-turn and I'm down that lane. I went down that road. I'm trying to see what that road is like, and I'm on it. I'm telling you. And then you got to ask yourself, right? Like, as life goes on, as you get older, right? Has it softened you or has it hardened you? these are the two little telltales to let you know what side that you're on, right? Think about it like this. Aging, right? That just happens automatically. You're gonna grow old every day, right? Every single day. And I misquoted my dad, right? Because he would say, "You're not grown." That's what he would say. Sorry, pops. He'd say, "You're not grown because you grow every day." Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, pops. I got you though. But with age, right, it just happens automatically. Growth don't, right? When you think about time, like it guarantees aging. Yeah, it don't guarantee maturity. Okay, there's still some old cats out there trying to be players. All right. There's some 60-year-olds trying to date these young girls. You need help, boy. You need to find somebody to grow old with. These youngins gonna just walk away from you when your hip go out. I'm telling you. Right? Like some people become calmer with age. You know what I'm saying? Because as life passes by, they learn what matters, right? What doesn't matter, right? They learn who deserves their energy, right? And how temporary most problems are. Like they know that this ain't gonna be forever, man. This ain't gonna be until I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? These problems, they just temporary. And then the others become bitter because they choose to lean on disappointment. Right? They tend to lean on betrayal, failure. Boy, that emphasis on failure. All right. Insecurity. And we all have a choice, but the bitter people who grow older, they choose to lean on that. Right? And to be honest, they lean on these things because they've experienced these things in a mass amount of ways. Right? They lean on lost dreams. So they don't process life, right? They just carry it. Huh? And that unprocessed pain becomes their personality, man. Man, let's get to let's get to it, right? The bitter older person, right? And let's be real, you, being bitter don't mean that you just mean and hateful or evil or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? It, like I said earlier, just emotional exhaustion. They don't have the energy to just go through the same thing. They don't have the energy because they had noticed it and they just like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Emotional exhaustion, man. Right? Because they trusted the wrong people. Talk about it. People they thought that they can just rely on, they trusted in them and they got let down. Right? They watch relationship fails. And sometimes it's on that person. Sometimes it ain't. Right? Emotional exhaustion, man. They lost opportunities. They lost their youth. They lost time. They lost optimism. Optimism become you no longer, you know what I'm saying? You're not optimistic. Oh, Lord have mercy. You're not optimistic anymore. You're skeptic. You know what I'm saying? Things look strange to you. You don't have a wide open eye anymore. Yeah, I get way more narrow as you get older and bitter. But you don't just wake up and just choose to be that. It's like a lot of weight on you. You know what I'm saying? How many times, really? I want you to hear me out. How many times have you been around that person, that older person, and you wondering what happened to them? You know what I'm saying? Because I can go back to my nephews one time. They told me, "Hey, Unc, you got bored, man." That's what they told me. Man, you getting bored. Like, what happened, man? You used to be real, real fun. That's sad. Because that's what it becomes, man. Sometimes. Like you just don't have it in you. You ain't got the energy. Right? And then there comes a point in life where age it stops feeling like a number and it starts feeling like weight. That's what I was saying, like that weight. You know what I mean? Of those things like disappointment, betrayal, you know what I'm saying? Failed dreams, the weight of memories. You know what I mean? Because as you grow older, memories become closer to you. That makes sense. Like you you move through this life and you try to move past your past. You try to run as far away from them as possible. But as you get older, you ain't got no choice but to slow down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking that, figuratively. Like you slowing down. Now your past is done caught up with you. And and I don't mean like the things you used to do, just those memories, man. They're like right there. That's a lot of weight on you. Right? Life ain't even unfold the way you wanted it to. Hmm? That's what I mean, man. Bitter. You know what I'm saying? You grew bitter because of these things. Dang, man, and it sucks. It really do. But let's stay on it. Let's stay on it with the bitterness, right? You bitter folks out there. Over time, you just stop expecting joy, good fortune, love, right? That unconditional love, right? That disappointment that you just never healed from, you never got over. Man. And I feel like as I'm getting older, that's that road that I'm traveling on. Because another thing that'll make you grow bitter as you get older is loneliness. And I'm gonna speak for me personally, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. At the age that I'm at, I'm number wise, I'm still young. You know what I mean? I'm about to be 43 this year. Numbers wise, I'm still young. But boy, I sit and I think about things like this. Like, dang, I don't have a child, like my own flesh and blood, that I can pour all of this wisdom or all of these experiences. I can't pour that into them because they're not here. You know what I'm saying? The wife thing, never had that. Never married. You know what I mean? You grow older and you sit around and you think about these things. That is that is curving my bitterness, man. That is sending me on that lane because at the same time as I reflect on those things that I don't have, I'm starting to say, you know what, man, fuck it. That's where I'm at, man. That's where my head goes. Just, you know what, man, fuck it. It ain't never gonna happen for me. Fuck it. What do I gotta be working so hard for? I ain't got no family to work hard for. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? What do I gotta achieve? I ain't got nothing to achieve. Who am I leave all these achievements to? Fuck it. that's that's where my bitterness grows from, man. You know what I'm saying? And I would like to, you know what I'm saying, like remove those thoughts from my head, but they stick around. You know what I'm saying? They're there for a little bit. Now let's move on to the better older person. Right? How many of y'all are on that lane when you got to the fork in the road as you're getting older? Because these are the people who age beautifully. And when I say that, I'm not speaking just physically, right? But spiritually, emotional, mentally, of course. Yeah, it's easier for them to laugh. They judge less. Because, man, when you get older, oh boy, yeah, you become very judgmental, the bitter one, the bitter side of you. You appreciate small things growing as a better person. You move slower, but you think deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever paid attention? You got somebody older in your life that does that a lot. They just analyzing everything, which caused them to move a little slower, but it ain't because of really their age and they can't. It's a choice. Right? They stop trying to impress everyone. I'm telling you, I was on that road. I don't know why I turned around. I like that road. I like the scenery there. But I'm also adventurous a little bit. The better older person, they become more intentional. Right? They understand something that younger, and maybe the younger them or younger people, what they often miss, right? That's that peace, and why it's more valuable than attention. When you're younger, you just want people to know that's you. You know what I'm saying? It just like there's a comedian, and he was doing his bit. Louis C.K. He was doing his bit, and he was like, "How many people are what he said, like 35 and younger? Like how many people in the crowd?" And they like, "Woo!" You know, they cheering. And he was like, "See, you see that right there?" Now he said, "How many of y'all are 40 and up?" And he's like, "You see, there's no clapping." He's like, "Nobody is yelling, nobody is clapping." He was like, "And I can clearly see y'all. Like I see y'all that are definitely older than that." And he said, "You want to know why? Because it's like, fuck it. Like I don't have to identify myself to you. I don't know why you asking us our age." He was like, "You don't know what I could be planning." He was like, when you get older, you don't just identify yourself to everybody, man. And that's so true. That is so true, man. You just like, man, I'm being more peaceful. I ain't gotta have that much attention. Right? Now don't get it twisted. Okay. The better older person, they suffered too. All those things I said about the bitter older person, they've been through it as well. However, instead of getting cruel about it or mean spirited, you know what I'm saying? They become more compassionate. Right? They're not mean or hateful. Or, they just become wiser. It's that simple. They just made that simple choice to be better. We all have it. But I'm talking to the older folks out there. You know what I'm saying? But what's the danger? Right? What's the danger of becoming bitter? We can get back to the better, but what's the danger of becoming bitter? Hmm? I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? When you think about bitterness, right? It's sneaky. You know what I mean? It can feel like intelligence. Nah, not quite. You're too bitter to be rational, right? You're too bitter to be analytic. Like that bitter person, in their mind, they're like, this is what they saying. I just see reality. I'm just being honest. Can we speak about that? That brutal honesty. I just don't trust easily no more, man. that's not wisdom, man. Making those choices, that's decay. That's emotional decay. Right? Wisdom is saying, hey, be careful. You know what I'm saying? The better older person. That's what they saying because they got more compassionate, right? More compassion. They're saying, hey, be careful. Bitterness is saying nobody is worth trusting. They don't tell you to be careful. They just tell you everybody don't trust anybody. When you get older and better, man, you protect your peace with your wisdom. Hmm? Think about that old bitter dude or old bitter woman, right? They destroy your ability to experience peace. You know what I mean? You grow older and bitter. You don't allow nobody to enjoy that little piece that it can be a part of their lives, man. You just shut it down. And all right, so when you think about these things, are you growing for the better or are you growing for the bitter? You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the time or you gotta sit down and you gotta figure out which one you're gonna be. Because when you make that choice, it ain't gonna be too easy to just switch up. You know what I'm saying? The switch up is gonna be crazy. And I'm telling you that because I'm experiencing it. You know what I mean? Like I've changed my ways for the better. You know what I'm saying? Grow more compassionate, being more patient, nice, all that kind of stuff, man. Don't like drama, none of that. But time is going by and I'm starting to become that bitter person. I need help, y'all. I need help. All right, let's get into some things though. How do you know, right? How do you know that you're getting older? How do you know? Right? Is it you making sounds every time you sit down or stand up? I'm telling you right now, man, I get up and it's always a yeah, getting out the car. Yeah. Man, I walk upstairs and my knees do this creaking noise and you would think it's the stairs and it's not. It's the knees, bro. You know, old out here, right? Like you look at shit like you look at shit like your phone. As you older, you look at your phone for only a few things. You look at your phone for the time, the weather, or if somebody called or not. You do not be checking on stuff because you don't care anymore, right? When you get older, a lot of stuff don't move you. A lot of stuff don't excite you as much because you've seen it. You've seen it all. You've seen everything. You know what I'm saying? You know how you know you're getting a little older is because things like the latest trends. Think about it. The latest trends are you already seen before. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you getting older. I remember the reject was out, and us older folks that grew up in the '80s and in the early '90s, we like, man, that ain't nothing but the Roger Rabbit. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Right? Do you remember in the '90s when bell bottoms became a thing again? And boy, them old folks, boy, they was on the younger people heads, and it wasn't for the men. It was more like a young lady thing. I remember that. Like bell bottoms coming back, and the older folks was just like, man, y'all doing what we did. Or you do a dance, and your uncle like, but it ain't nothing but the wiggle biggle. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you seen these things before, man. You feel me? When you aging, bro, like I'm gonna give you a good one. I'm gonna give you a good one. I remember this memory vividly, man. Vividly, right? And this is when I realized, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, time is so much. It lasts so much longer when you're young versus when you're old. You know what I'm saying? When you older, man, the days go by like that. Because it's your routine is just so intact. You get up, you do this, you do that, you do that, you go to work, you do that, you come home, you do that, you make sure the children good, or if you don't have children, you make sure you eat. You know what I'm saying? You make sure you go to sleep at a decent time because you got to get back up and do it all over. So time ain't moving slow. You know what I'm saying? When you a child, man, and you don't have much responsibility, man, time moves slow. Man, I remember I was thinking I was maybe 8 or 9. Probably a little younger. 8 or 9 though. I'm at my friend's house. Shout out to Junior. Back in St. Paul's, North Carolina. And I remember I'm over his house to go play. You know what I'm saying? We be outside and we playing, man. And I'm just sitting there realizing, like, hey man, where's mama at? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why. I was over here every single day since the summer started. But it just dawned on me, like, where's mama at? Like, why is mama ain't home? Right? But because I was just so young and freaking green, it was just like every time I would go over his house would be like after school. You know what I'm saying? During the school years, like whenever we're not up for summer. So it's like his mama will be home. She done made dinner, all kind of stuff like that. But it didn't dawn on me that, adults' life goes on. I thought about like, damn, my grandma going to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like when you're an adult, your day don't stop. But when you young and you out of school, you don't have responsibilities like homework. You know what I'm saying? Or being in the house at a decent time to get ready for school the next day, or not messing up your clothes, all kind of stuff. You got these little responsibilities during school. But when you out of school, you ain't got to get up early to get on the bus. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got no supervision, meaning like no teachers there, and your parents are going to work. And I was just that hit me like, damn, yo, summer feels long when you a child. And then I'm like, the adults ain't feeling this. They still gotta go to work. Bills still gotta get paid. It was just crazy that I thought about that. And I'm not gonna lie, man. It was a little moment. I'm like, man, I don't know if I want to grow older. that seemed like it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. This is how you know you're getting older. When songs you used to listen to when you're a teenager now, I'm not talking about songs that your uncles or your aunties play for you, your OGs, you know what you're saying? Your mama, your dad, your grandma, none. I'm talking about songs that came out when you were a teenager. Right? Now, as you thinking about those songs, are the children now, the generation now, are they calling those songs classics because they've been around for decades? That's how you know, man. You know what I'm saying? You know they got this new thing going on. You born in the 1900s, like making you feel old as shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about time, like bro, time ain't the same as you get older. We're in year 2026. That means in the year 2000, you know what I'm saying? Children that people who were born in 2000 are like almost like 30 now. That's crazy to think about. Because you feel like, man, shit, 2000 wasn't that far. It wasn't that far in the past. It wasn't that long ago. Then we already here. Like, wait, you're this age? Man, time just passed the hell on. That's how you know you older, man. You know what I'm saying? Also, as you get older, you start to realize that the things that you once called fun, they ain't fun no more. All right? You know what I'm saying? When you start saying shit like, man, I'm too old for this shit. I just don't feel like doing it. Hmm? You know you old when you still remember people's phone numbers versus relying on your phone. Huh? You know you older when you can get from this part of a city to that part of the city without GPS. You know how to maneuver your way around because when you was younger, you ain't had GPS, man. You had Thomas Guide and MapQuest. You know what I'm saying? You just had to figure it out, man. I remember I learned about all the freeways and not all of them, but damn near all the freeways in California, man. Before GPS, I'm telling you, all the missions that motherfuckers used to take, boy. You know what I'm saying? And then when you know you older when you see a teenager and you can't tell if that is like 15 or 28. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that's about, but you get older and you just like, that's like a lot of grown folk coming up out of that high school, man. What's going on? It looks weird. Like these young boys, they grow tall, they leaning all over. You know how you getting old, man, whenever the youngin is looking down at you. That's all I'm saying. You know you're getting old, man. It's there for you. It's there for you, man. Also, you judge so much when you get older. Oh man, so much when you get older. I'm telling you, I remember I'm one day I just see these two young dudes walk. They just walking, man. I ain't got I have no type of information really about these boys. Young dudes, man. And I see them and immediately I went negative. I was just like, look at the young motherfuckers, man. Sitting here walking funny pants all hanging down. Like I went there. They ain't even going, they ain't even on their way to do anything productive. Look at them. It's a waste of space. It's like, why did those thoughts just take over me like that? What the hell is going on with me, man? I had to check myself. Like, what was that? You don't know them. Why did you automatically think that about them? I'm like, oh, I'm getting older, bruh. That ain't even fair to them. It's like, I was hoping that they walk back so I could be like, hey, what's going on, y'all? You know, they were like, hey, what's up, OG? I was kind of hoping for that. I wanted to redeem myself, man. Right? It's like, what was that? All right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, signs that you're growing for the better, right? You forgive quicker. Hmm? Your ego matters less. Huh? You value authenticity more than appearances. I'm going to tell you that again. Let's say that again. You value authenticity more than appearances. You see something, you can see it. You can see right through to it. And that's when you like, okay, yeah. You know authentic people when you see them. You really ain't gotta be in contact with them. You can just see it. You can laugh at yourself. Humility. Boy, I'm telling you, I am constantly laughing at myself. You know what I'm saying? But this is how I know I'm drifting a little bit into the bitter one. All right. Like I get annoyed so easy. You know what I'm saying? Like a moment of joy. I'm in suspicious mode. It's like, what is that about? Something that puts a smile on my face naturally. I'm kind of like, what was that? What are they up to? You know what I'm saying? You all cynical, but it feels smart in your head. Like, man, you always compare generations. I'm telling you, man, I'm getting older, man, because I do it all the time. Look at these young motherfuckers, man. They don't know shit. And then to be honest, you know, they information is right at their fingertips way faster than it was for us. You know what I'm saying? So they probably know a lot more than me. You know what I mean? I just don't want to give them that because they're younger. Y'all just do y'all younger. Y'all know more than me. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, man. You romanticize the past, hating the present. You say shit like, man, when I was young, back then, shut up, old bitter mother. That's what it becomes, man. It is just like, it's not fair. It's not fair to everybody. It's not even fair to yourself, man. I would like everybody to try to grow for the better. But you know what, man? You grow for the better. I'm not mad at you. Yeah, I'm not mad at you. You know what I'm saying? It's a numbers game. Semantics. Hey, what we gonna do is we gonna try something. All right, we gonna try something. I was born in 1983. All right, 1983 is when I was born. But I'm not gonna dwell on things that happened in 1983. I really don't remember it. Right? I'm a brand new person on this earth. So let's go to like 87, 88. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. What was popping in 88? Lord have mercy. All right, so floppy disk. Lord have mercy. Who remember those? Eh? And when I say floppy disk, I'm talking about the real floppy disk, bro. I'm talking about you can wave that bitch like it was a fan. I'm talking about real floppy disks. Who remember those, man? Because you had to line it up just right to get it up in that mug. Mm? All right. Table tennis became an Olympic sport. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All these new sports now. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. I remember this. All right. I remember in 88. Remember that big earthquake that hit China? Mm. Nah, y'all remember that. Y'all wasn't around for that. The first World AIDS Day. Right? They held that. It was the first one in 88. Huh? Remember Max Robinson? That was the first black anchor on national television. And that motherfucker died of AIDS. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. These are the things that was happening in 88 that I remember. I was so long ago. I'm bringing all of these things up to say, if I was to sit down with a teenager and go over these things, I'm going to sound like I'm talking in hieroglyphics. I saw a clip that it fucked me up too, man. I ain't going to lie. I saw a clip where these two football players and they doing this little thing for the children. You know how they like certain football players do like nice things for the children. They sitting down with this one little boy, and they got cereal. They eating cereal with him, and they asked him, "What's your favorite cartoon?" That should be the easiest question to ask a child. You watch cartoons? I watch YouTube. Yeah, like, do you watch cartoons on YouTube? Like, hey, I bullshit you not. What's cartoon? I'm watching this like what? Nah, he don't mean that. He. What the young people say? He trolling. Like man, he messing with these dudes, man. There ain't no way he really mean that. And he's naming off like Tom and Jerry, this, and this. And little boy really looking lost. Like I have no clue what y'all talking about. Hey yo, what the like? What was that? I'm telling you, that's how old I am. That's why I brought these things that happened in '88 because that's the time where I'm able to remember things. Of course, right? 1, 2 years old ain't too much. I'm gonna remember. I remember my first memory when I was 3 years old. But anyway, old nigga. All right. Although I'm only 42, I'm old, and I feel it. So I'm just asking y'all, man, what things that happened in your life now that you know that you owe? You know what I'm saying? 1998. I'm a teenager, right? Rough Riders anthem come out. Hmm? That's me as a teenager. That's considered a classic. I'm just saying, man. Everybody, as you grow, okay, grow for the better. Don't go for the bitter. Don't grow for the bitter. I'm a I'm gonna say that I'm gonna grow for the bitter because I don't give a now. I always want to be better, man. But I have my bitter moments. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm proud of them too. I ain't gonna try to hide my bitterness. I was just vulnerable with y'all, huh? I told y'all what goes through my mind and what makes me bitter. Y'all put it down in the comments, man. Hey, look, we gonna get to this part of the episode that hey man, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Them comments coming in. And not on YouTube, man. Them comments are coming in. They letting me know that there's some funny shit going on. Stain on my white tee this week. Let me tell you what I can't stand, man. Let's say we having a conversation and you're about to talk about somebody, right? You about to talk some shit about somebody. But you throw out them little punk ass disclaimers. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you an example. Um, I listened to this. I listened to this show called "It Is What It Is" with Cam and Mace, and like he does it. And you know what? Who do it the most is Stephen A. Smith too. Shit is annoying as fuck, bro. Like they'll get to talking. They about to talk about somebody, right? And then they'll say some shit like, and that's my man, you know what I'm saying? Like we good. Or that's one of my closest friends. I talk to them all the time. Like it's just like, why we don't give a fuck about that part. Say what the hell you about to say. Don't butter up something before you you know what I'm saying? You trying to soften it up before you deliver the blow. Shut up. Just say the shit. Why there's gotta be a disclaimer? You know what I mean? Like I'm not if I'm about to talk about somebody and some bogus bullshit they did, I'm not gonna remind you who's listening who they really are to me. Cause nobody is exempt from being on some bullshit. Nobody is exempt from being called out while they on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing y'all say is that's your man, that's your homie, that's your friend, or that's my homegirl. That's it. Well, if they really y'all friends and they really close to you, then they should be able to accept whatever the fuck you got to say about them. That shit eats. Well, I can't stand it, man. Just say the shit. Why you being a little bitch? And I mean bitch in the sense of being scary. You know what I'm saying? And to be real, 9 times out of 10, they're not scary about what they're saying. But it's like, don't give us that little punk ass disclaimer, man. Just say the shit, bro. All right, so I want to talk about a friend of mine. This is hypothetical. I'm going to talk about a friend of mine. This is how you're supposed to do it. Hey, man, my homeboy so-and-so just, that motherfucker was on some bullshit the other day, man. And I wasn't rocking with that shit he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't fucking with it. Like, and I had to tell him, like, bro, you on some lame shit right now. I don't know what the fuck you on. That ain't it. That ain't cool. That's how you supposed to do it. I'm not supposed to be like, look, that's my dog, weird. I known him for so long, but they got that lame ass butt again. Shut up. Just say the shit. Stop being a fucking weenie. Because if it's your real friend, they'll understand. You know what I'm saying? If that's your real friend, they'll be like, oh, I appreciate you telling me that. Or I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, dog. Punk. I can't stand that shit, man. Just fucking say it, man. Stop being a punk. As if something is gonna happen if you keep it all the way real without the fucking disclaimer. What do you think gonna happen? I don't, because I don't care about the consequences. I don't care what happens if I tell a friend of mine how out of pocket they were. It don't even matter how I deliver it to them. Then, now that they know, I can talk about your ass to somebody else because I done addressed you, friend. Now I could talk to whoever I want to about that situation. And I'm not going to leave a disclaimer. Man, do you know what this motherfucker did? This motherfucker done da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? That's no. Look, I grew up with this. This is my nigga, though. But, like, shut the, boy, y'all, boy. And that, you know what? That plays a part in this soft ass society we live in that I can't stand as well. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Man, if you already put them in a place, quote unquote, or call them out, fuck they feelings. Sorry. Not sorry. Hey, man. Look, as we get old, man, either we on the road to bitterness or on the road to betterment. Just know this, man. Right? Life is it's gonna test your softness. And it's not just gonna do it once. It's gonna happen over and over and over and over again. Right? So there's choices to make. The challenge of aging is not about staying young physically. That's not the challenge. Right? It's about staying human emotionally. That's, look, man. Think about it. Okay, let's talk about it like this. Maybe growing older is really a decision between two things. Right? Just becoming a pillar of pain. Huh? Let's say a museum, becoming a museum of pain or a library of wisdom. Which one? Hmm? Maybe the goal isn't about avoiding aging. Maybe the goal is to stay curious, stay compassionate, stay teachable, stay coachable. Don't let disappointment turn your heart cold. Because if you're older, you know that it's coming. If you haven't experienced it yet, it's on the fucking way. Be ready for it. Everybody gets older, but everybody don't get better. Let's strive for it though. As I said earlier, it don't mean you're gonna go there, man. Y'all know how I do this, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all, man. If it was only 2 people listening, I appreciate y'all. I want to say this too before we finish up. Um, man, I'm telling you, I really, really enjoy this. I really, really enjoy, getting these things off my chest and y'all listening, man. Um, we're on our way to 50 episodes. You know what I'm saying? We closing in on 50 episodes. When I hit that 50th, all right, I'm gonna drop a story. It's gonna be a good one too. I got a lot of them. Trust me. I'm gonna drop. That's gonna be the whole episode. It's gonna be about a story, some intense shit, or maybe some fun shit, or maybe some sad shit that have I experienced. But I'm gonna just share them with y'all, right? But at the same time, y'all get me to 50 subscribers for the 50th episode. You know what I'm saying? Tell some people to tell some people. Y'all pull up, y'all show up, and I'm gonna give y'all a real good story because I got way too many. Hey man, y'all already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Keep showing up the way that y'all do, man, because I know I am. And y'all already know, man. We am.